as the most accurate forecast in the Ozarks 7 years in a row.
Well, it looks like our Friday forecast is going to be a duplicate of today. I mean, almost to a T. It looks like we're going to start off with readings in the mid-30s. Cold enough for patchy areas of frost. Of course, we've talked about that. Areas north of Highway 60, that's where the risk of frost is greatest, and that's where we have the frost advisory. Tomorrow, temperatures climbing into the low 60s. Like today, we're going to have waves of high cloudiness, but a lot of the time it's going to be thin enough where there's going to still be some sunshine coming through. It looks like about 63 for a high in Springfield. Then Friday night, we dip back into the 30s, although not as cold. And then on Saturday, we climb a little higher into the middle and upper 60s for highs. Once again, there will be some waves of high cloudiness, but all in all, Saturday looks mostly sunny to me. Saturday night, we dip into the low 40s, and then we get into Easter Sunday, and what will we find? Really a nice day. I think it's going to be a little cloudier, partly sunny. Temperatures will climb into the upper 60s to around 70 degrees across the area. So all in all, a pretty nice Easter Sunday. It does not always work out that way. Of course, Easter moves around from March to April, depending on the year, and sometimes we get warm Easters. Back in 1910, we had an Easter Sunday of 82 degrees. Back in 1937, we started Easter Sunday with a morning low of 21, and they can be wet. Last year was cloudy and misty and cool. Back in 1921, though, we had a really wet Easter Sunday with 3 inches of rain falling. Looking ahead to next week, this is what we're going to find. This time of the year, what starts to happen is the jet stream starts to buckle a lot. You start getting into a very blocky pattern. You get these really funky jet stream patterns sometimes. We're going to find that next week. We'll have a little trough here on the west coast, ridge here in the middle of the country, and then we're going to have some upper level energy which is going to try to dig underneath or retrograde underneath this ridge here in the middle of the country. This is a blocky type of pattern, so you get into this kind of pattern and it doesn't want to change very quickly. That's good news for us because it keeps us in the quiet zone. Also with this pattern, with that storm down in the northern Gulf of Mexico, what it's going to do is continue to feed in a steady supply of mild, quiet conditions across the Ozarks. So outside of a shot at a spotty shower on Monday, it looks dry over the next week. Also with this pattern, because we're going to have the steady flow of mild air, we're not really tapping into very warm air. Temperatures will only slowly climb as we work through the upcoming 7 days. So what does that 7-day forecast look like? This. Again, temperatures continue to slowly climb through the weekend, up near 70 on Easter Sunday. We get to Monday, we're looking at a high up near 70. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, just fantastic days. Looks like we'll have morning lows in the upper 40s Tuesday morning and Wednesday morning. Highs climbing through the low 70s on Tuesday, mid 70s on Wednesday. And then we get to Thursday, and we're going to be enjoying afternoon highs around 77. You might be wondering, well, is this going to continue throughout the rest of that week? Well, I think on Friday we're going to find another nice one with highs up near 80 degrees. I think the next shot at maybe some widespread shower and thunderstorm activity, and it doesn't look like a flooding type of event, would be that weekend that follows next week. And at this stage of the game, I don't think we're going to see much, if any, in the way of severe weather risk with that system. And I think all in all, the pattern may stay kind of quiet into the following week. I do expect the pattern to turn more active, though, as we end the month of April and head into the month of May. Guys?